I don't want to waste your time with the long intro in this video, and quite frankly, I am dying to get into this film because I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I love Khalil Mack. He's one of my favorite players of all time, and I absolutely adore watching him even now with the Chargers because he's still Khalil Mack. Sure, he might not be throwing tackles with one arm and doing the crazy things he did in his prime, but he still knows how to get to the quarterback. He's still an elite run defender. He's still a very, very effective player. And this game between the Eagles and the Chargers from the other night is a prime example of that. We've got 10 or so plays that we're going to dive into just to appreciate Khalil Mack, because truly, I don't know how much longer we have with him in the league. When he retires, it will be a sad, sad day for me. Just to give you an idea, this will be my equivalent of LeBron retiring. I know a lot of people out there talk about how LeBron retiring will be like a cataclysmic event that makes them cry themselves to sleep. I don't really care about LeBron, so I don't feel that way, but Khalil Mack, I might need to be bedridden for a few days when he calls it quits, because this is a player that means a ton to me, and I'm really excited to dive into this. So without further ado, I'm done yapping. Let's go ahead and get into our first play here. We're in the first quarter. We've got Khalil Mack on the left, and this is going to be a really nice setup, like a really nice intro to what he's going to do in this video. Because truthfully, this isn't like some insane play, but it's just executed very well. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. As Jalen Hurts is going to snap this ball, Khalil Mack recognizes from the offensive tackle here on the right side, Fred Johnson, stepping out towards him, that this is likely going to be a run play. So what does Khalil Mack do? He shoots his eyes into the backfield, and he's watching. He wants to see, does Jalen Hurts hand this ball to Saquon Barkley? Is it play action? Is Hurts going to run himself? Whatever it may be, Khalil Mack is going to be ready for it. He also does a great job with his hand placement. You see, he dominates the point of attack here, ends up standing the offensive tackle upright. And once Saquon Barkley gets this ball and starts to head his direction, you see Khalil Mack disengage from the block. Does a great job there creating some separation with his arm so he can then lunge into Barkley, take him down, wrap him at the waist. This is just perfect execution, like I said. It results in a 3-yard run on first down, so a little bit behind schedule. Not like a Superman play or anything, but this is a veteran moment right here, right? Just reading the play to perfection, knowing exactly what he needs to do, and making sure he is the first guy to get to the ball carrier to make sure that this doesn't go for a big gain. Second play here keeps us in the first quarter. We've got Mack lined up on the left side of your screen, and this is going to be another really good example of his eye discipline. He has some of the best eye discipline in the league, obviously. He's been around forever, and this is just going to be a prime example of that, like I said. So it's going to be a passing play here. Mack does a great job engaging with the tackle and lifting his hands up. You see, he forklifts his arms so the tackle cannot get a hand on Mack. And because he knows Derwin James is coming around the edge here, Mack is going to try to attack to the inside as to not clog up the left here, right? Jalen Hurts is going to recognize this, and as Hurts is recognizing it, Mack has already recognized it himself. Hurts is going to see a lane start to open up here as the guard steps down to pick up Derwin James, and as Hurts recognizes it, like I said, Mack sees his eyes head that direction, and he is going to redirect his momentum and cut across the face of the tackle here. Now, obviously, Mack is up there in age, so it's not like he's going to fire directly to Hurts and bring him down in the backfield, but he does keep him to a 2-yard pickup. This is on 2nd and 11, which then forces a 3rd and long, So this is a really good job here. Just, again, the discipline, the recognition of what's happening. This is some veteran stuff right here. This is exactly what you want to see from a guy who has the experience Mack does. Sure, in his younger years, Hurts probably gets brought down right about here because Mack has a little bit more speed to him, but you know, you're asking a lot of an older player to do that. And I love the angle he takes here as well. You see Mack travels laterally while Hurts is trying to travel almost diagonally. And that way, if Hurts does end up crossing Mack's path, Mack, in theory, should be able to cut him off and prevent that. So everything about this for Mack is just very technically sound, and I love it. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot does go into this play from the mental side of things, and Khalil Mack did a great job on it. Next play here has Mack transferred over to the left side of the offensive line, and now he's up against an All-Pro. That's Jordan Mailata, one of the best left tackles in the game. This is the first play of the second quarter, and Mack is going to do a fantastic job getting some pressure on Jalen Hurts here. So once Hurts snaps this ball, Mailata sets pretty deep on this play to try to cut off the lane that Mack is taking. So Mack's not going to be able to beat him to the outside. So instead, he's just going to run right into him. He's just going to bull rush. Mailata does a great job with the hand placement. He's got one on the shoulder, one in the chest here, and he's going to drive him all the way back into Hurts's lap, and he starts to get a little bit of separation here, right? And as he does, Hurts ends up throwing this ball. He's under pressure. He sails his receiver. It ends up falling incomplete. Looks like an interception there, but the ball did hit the ground. Either way, that's set up by Khalil Mack making Jalen Hurts uncomfortable. This is a great job just bull rushing one of the best left tackles in the game and forcing the quarterback to make a horrible decision. Like, we go back here just a little bit more. I want to show the bull rush again, but then also where Jalen Hurts throws this football, this is not a great throw. You've got the safety lurking over top. I know it looks like Dotson has a step, but he puts it to the outside here over towards the safety. The ball placement here is terrible, and it was almost an interception, and it's because of Khalil Mack making Jalen Hurts uncomfortable and forcing him to rush his decision. Next play we're going to take a look at here has Khalil Mack matched up against Jordan Mailata, and he's going to save a touchdown here. The Eagles end up having to settle for 3 to end the half. You know, this is the final drive of the half. We've got about a minute left at this point, and a big reason for that is because Mack is going to save the Chargers from giving up a touchdown on this play, and you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. So we'll go ahead and snap this ball, and right away, the blocking is saying that the Eagles are trying to run some sort of designed run with Jalen Hurts, right? They're blocking as if this is going to be a QB power right up the middle, as you can see with Jordan Mailata just kind of stepping out, right? He doesn't jump back into a kick set. He just plants his foot out and shows to Khalil Mack that he is run blocking. This is key for the play. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell the run. That way Jalen Hurts doesn't have to worry about the pass rushers coming in as quickly and can find somebody quickly, right? Instead, what's going to end up happening is Khalil Mack recognizes what's going on. He engages and then immediately sees Jalen Hurts start to step backward, and he is going to create separation on Jordan Mailata with a long arm move. Just by sticking out that left arm, he creates separation between himself and the defensive end, and now he has a free hand to work with and a lane to work with to get to the quarterback. So what's he going to do? Nothing fancy, honestly. He just drops that arm, and before Jordan Mailata can reset his hands, he is around the edge and in pursuit of the quarterback. This looks really funny, but just for clarification here, you can see Mailata's got both hands on his, one hand on his chest, one hand on his shoulder. I was trying to say both hands on the left side of his body, and once he drops that arm, Mailata kind of loses that second hand, and because of that, Mack is able to just dip underneath, and he is off to the races after Jalen Hurts forces him to throw this one away, and you see he misses a wide open touchdown to Saquon Barkley. Look how wide open Saquon is at this point in the play. There is nobody near him. You've got defenders in the area, but none of them are getting to him in time. Saquon should have had a walk-in touchdown right here, but he doesn't because of Khalil Mack getting pressure on Jalen Hurts and forcing him to throw this one away. You see, not only does he get pressure, but he chases Hurts into pressure. It allows 3 more Chargers to also come in pursuit. Khalil Mack blew this play up and prevented the Eagles from scoring a big-time touchdown going into the half. This is a huge play by Khalil Mack, and it was made primarily because he's smart, because of his football IQ, because of what he's seen and how quickly he was able to recognize and diagnose the play and attack it appropriately. And then the very next play from scrimmage, he does it again. He makes Jalen Hurts uncomfortable on the left side of your screen. You can see he's aligned so wide at this point that he's almost off the screen. But him and Tuli Tuipulotu over here are going to do a great job getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. So we'll go ahead and snap this ball. And Mack is, like I said, aligned very wide. And he uses that momentum to build up his bull rush and bury Jordan Mailata. He runs him all the way into Jalen Hurts' lap. You can see Tuipulotu there as well as creating some problems. So Hurts has to roll out of the pocket. He's uncomfortable. And that is going to open up Daiyan Henley here to just chase him down in pursuit. You see Hurts gets a little distracted there by the fact that he's somehow still standing upright. And then Daiyan Henley's going to get up in his face. He forces an errant throw that ends up being incomplete. They thought it might have been a fumble. But either way, this is a big-time play. Even if it wasn't a fumble, this is 3rd and long in the red zone inside of 1 minute left to play in the half. This is a huge down, and Khalil Mack rose to the occasion, gets great push. I mean, Jordan Mailata had no chance whatsoever on this play. Again, this is an all-pro left tackle, and Khalil Mack is still eating his lunch. He's still running him all the way into Jalen Hurts' lap, and Hurts has no answer for it. It's an awesome job by Mack, and I do want to give credit as well to Dian Henley, who did phenomenal on this play, chasing Hurts down across the line here, and also Tuli Tuipulotu, who wins over here against Fred Johnson. He also gets pressure. He's the one that actually forces where Jalen Hurts has to run. 3 Chargers come up big time on this play, and one of them is our boy Khalil Mack. I mean, this is just awesome. I know I'm getting super, super excited, but like, God, I love Khalil Mack. He's still a very, very talented football player, and he does stuff like this just about every single week. Jumping ourselves now to the fourth quarter, we've got pretty much the same thing. Khalil Mack is aligned as a wide 9 here on this play on the outside shoulder of the tight end. This time he's got Fred Johnson instead of Jordan Mailata, and it's going to be the same song and dance as the last play. Line up out wide, build up momentum, and throw yourself into the tackle. If Jordan Mailata couldn't handle it, Fred Johnson sure as hell can't. So let's see how this is going to end up going. As Hurts snaps this ball, and Mack throws himself into Fred Johnson here, and you can see Johnson can't even get a hand on Mack. Mack has both hands up in his chest and drives him all the way back into Hurts' lap. And because he does that, Hurts has to step out, but he's going to step out into more pressure. And not only that, Mack's going to end up getting off his block at the end and delivers a hit. He's going to get credited with a QB hit here alongside his teammate, as that was almost an interception. Quite frankly, it should have been an interception. Dante Jackson, I believe, ends up jumping this route, swats the ball up in the air. There's 2 guys there. Could have easily been an interception. Unfortunately, was not. But it's still a hell of a play by Khalil Mack. I mean, the old man just going whoom and bull rushing this tackle all the way through, getting off his block, setting up for his teammate to get a little pressure there as well. This is perfect. This is a fantastic rep. I can't get over how well Khalil Mack played in this game. I know the stat sheet didn't exactly blow up, but man, was he impactful, especially when we get here towards the end of the game. We've got 3 plays left, and we've got the fourth quarter and overtime. Next play here is going to be the final play of regulation we're taking a look at. This is 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they're going to run this ball right at Khalil Mack on the left side here, and he does a fantastic job holding up. So we'll go ahead and snap this ball, and they are bringing the guard across the line to block off Khalil Mack. What's Mack got to do? He's got to hold his ground, wall off this gap, and then potentially get in the backfield to make the play. He's just got to set the edge here. He's going to make sure this guard doesn't displace him enough that Saquon can run where he's supposed to be defending. And he does a fantastic job here of readying himself for contact. And he does get pushed back a little bit because this is a big-ass guard, but he doesn't let himself get displaced all that much. You see, he plants that outside foot, and that's going to enable him to re-get his footing, regain his composure. He's got the leverage here. He's the low man, and he's going to disengage from the block and bring down Saquon for a loss of 1. This is a tremendous job. Obviously, he doesn't like stonewall the guard or whatever, but he doesn't need to. He just holds up, doesn't let the guard get a bunch of displacement on him, and then shoots into the backfield, brings down the running back, and that's a big-time loss with the clock ticking and the Eagles trying to get downfield and score. Second to last play we're going to take a look at here. We've got Mack on the right side here, lined up out wide once again, and this is going to be another great bull rush. We've seen this a couple times now, but this one isn't necessarily for what he does for himself. It's what he sets up for his teammates by making Jalen Hurts uncomfortable once again. So we'll go ahead and take a look here as they're going to snap this ball, and Mack once again builds up his momentum, gets inside Jordan Mailata's chest, and drives him backwards. Now, because he has Mailata stood up at this point, Hurts is going to step out of the pocket. He's going to step off to the left here, and you can see he can't quite gain his footing, can't quite gain his composure, because you've got Tuli Tuipulotu running in pursuit, and you've got 90 here about ready to step down and get some pressure. So Hurts is scared, he's uncomfortable, and he's going to air one to A.J. Brown, who is open and ends up sailing it. You see, that's out of A.J. Brown's frame. Maybe you'd want your big boy receiver to go up and get that one, but like, that's a bad ball. That is a wide open A.J. Brown, at least as open as you're going to get in this situation on the sideline, and he throws a bad ball that he just can't catch. It's not a catchable football in this scenario, or at least not for A.J. Brown the way he attacked it, and it's because of Khalil Mack getting this pressure, forcing Jalen Hurts to step out of the pocket, and then opening up for his teammates to then get pressure, which, again, forces the bad pass, incomplete, no good there, which is a very, very big missed opportunity for Philadelphia, but it's not close to the best play Khalil Mack had in this game, which is what we're going to take a look at now. And the final play we're going to take a look at here is the final play of the game. And Khalil Mack is going to make a big, big impact here. We've got him on the left side of your screen once again. The Eagles are going to snap this football. Khalil Mack does a great job just settling down. No one's blocking him. He recognizes that this probably isn't going to be a run because he would not be free if they planned to hand this ball to Saquon Barkley. Probably wouldn't be a great idea. So instead, he sits down, watches just in case, and once he sees that Jalen Hurts has pulled that football, he redirects himself and starts chasing in pursuit. He forces Jalen Hurts to throw this ball up. It gets tipped up in the air by one Chargers defender, and then Tony Jefferson makes a fantastic grab. That's the ball game. And the bad throw on the last play of the game to win the Chargers the football game was set up by Khalil Mack reading this play like a book. This is fantastic here by Khalil Mack. He knew what the Eagles were doing better than they knew what they were doing. He reads this perfectly, forces the bad ball. Sure, in his youth, maybe he gets downhill quicker and actually sacks Jalen Hurts, but it's honestly better that he doesn't. There's 2.5 minutes left at this point. Hurts just throws this up, and it ends up getting intercepted. That is huge. Khalil Mack and Tony Jefferson, and also the DB, who I can't quite recognize, it's Cam Hart. Look down, it said it on the screen. Those three players end up winning the game for the Chargers on this play. The Mack pressure into the Cam Hart tip, into the Tony Jefferson one-handed interception settles this one. The Chargers move to 9-4, and it wouldn't have been possible without Khalil Mack and the other Chargers as well, but in this video we're talking about Khalil Mack, so that's who I'm going to emphasize. But regardless, that's just the cherry on top to what I thought was a very, very good game from Khalil Mack, and one that I was very, very happy to make a video about. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this video. Are you a fan of Khalil Mack? Are you a Bears fan like me? I know a lot of my subscribers are. That is just happy to see Khalil Mack doing anything. And do you appreciate Khalil Mack? Are you sad to think about when he's going to retire? Do you think this video is unnecessary and I'm just glazing? Whatever you think, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, because it does help out the channel a ton. It shows your support, it shows you care, and I really do appreciate it. And also subscribe for more NFL content coming your way throughout the rest of the regular season and beyond. There will probably be another Khalil Mack video next year if he ends up playing another year, and if he doesn't, then we'll absolutely do some big video for him when he retires, because like I said, he's one of my favorites of all time. I love watching him. I don't care what jersey he's wearing, as long as it isn't another team in the NFC North. If he plays literally anywhere else, I will be a fan and I will support him, and thankfully, he ended up going to the Chargers. And above all else, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you enjoy it, because you're all wonderful people and you truly do deserve it.
Had a chance on the throwback. This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Khalil Mack. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder.
Wow. Using that